If your childhood was anything like mine, you were taught that money can't buy happiness. But our parents didn't have access to the kind of research that we have and that we incorporate into our financial life strategies. How much does happiness cost? Research done by Daniel Kahneman and Angus Deaton in 2010 found that there was a linear relationship between increased income and reports of higher well-being, but only up to a plateau, with no incremental increase in happiness reported beyond that plateau. What was it? $75,000 per year US, which means that they found someone reporting $65,000 in income scored less optimally on surveys of happiness than someone earning $75,000. More importantly, they found that people reporting $85,000 found no increased life satisfaction. This notion of the plateau was challenged in 2021 by Matthew Killingsworth. And in his research, that emotional happiness plateau was, get this, $200,000. What can account for that difference? Well, surely inflation will have a significant part to it, but I do think that there's something else going on, and that phenomenon probably has an even greater impact. That phenomenon? Social media. We're bombarded every day with the fun and glamorous lives that our friends and families are enjoying. And it's inevitable that we would be comparing ourselves, and this drives envy. And more importantly, I think, damages our notion of what is enough for us. So what can wealth do? Between the poverty line and whatever that plateau might be, wealth alleviates suffering. It provides predictable shelter, food security. It can create a community. More importantly, it accomplishes some very important financial planning objectives. Specifically, it can build resilience. Now, I'm not talking about resilience solely in the method of can you withstand higher inflation or market turmoil. I'm talking about any sort of resilience that can protect you from forces that are beyond your control. Let's say, for example, the resilience that allows you to walk away from a bad work environment, or more importantly, a bad relationship. That is real empowerment. Autonomy, which is the decision that you make on how and when you want to work, lends itself terrifically to work satisfaction. And after all, we spend the majority of our waking hours at work. So it makes sense that we would want to put ourselves in an optimal situation during those hours. From the perspective of being able to walk away from a bad relationship, clearly the stakes are even higher. Building optionality. The most universal concern amongst clients is running out of money. Especially at that time of your life, wealth provides you options such as aging healthfully, maintaining your independence, and when your independence starts to wane, what type of support can you afford? How do we incorporate that into our financial life strategies? By deliberately increasing your expenses later in life and stress testing your annual budget, what we refer to as the maximum sustainable budget, all along the way to preserve wealth for that time in your life. Building time affluence. The newest notion I can share with you today, or at least it was new to me, is the idea of time affluence, which is free time. Now, that time can be accumulated due to technological efficiencies or outsourcing things you simply don't enjoy doing. This could come in the form of hiring a housekeeping service to free up some time on your weekends so they're not so filled with chores, or a virtual assistant or personal chef to compensate for skills you really don't want to acquire. The benefit of time affluence is that it fills your days with things you enjoy and things you're good at. Psychologists point to time affluence as one of the key drivers of life satisfaction because it gives you the time to appreciate life and the beauty that surrounds us. I'm fascinated with the topic of time affluence, and I hope to do some research on it at some point in the future. So, can money buy happiness, or at the very least, greatly influence our own version of happiness? You be the judge.